I love it. You see my pillow back here? I have two pillows like this with this big pretty yellow sunflower on it. Let me see. So this is one of my favorite things, y'all, this pretty yellow pillow. And so that's what I'm feeling today. I am feeling like I want to do something with the color yellow. So I'm just going to do a yellow eye. I wanted to bring out my MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. I have the shade NW45. And I know MAC came out with some new powder. They reformulated this by taking the talc out. I haven't been driven to get it because I've been hearing so many bad reviews. A lot of the makeup artists are upset because they took the talc out because they feel like the talc is where the oil absorption and the smoothness comes in. So I don't know, maybe somewhere down the line I will purchase that one and do a comparison. But let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see me do a comparison of the OG MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation and their new reformulated Studio Fix Powder Foundation. Let me know and I'll do it for you guys. I'm not going to talk too much, y'all. I just kind of lifted up my eyebrows a little bit. I'm using this Got to Be Glued eyebrow gel. I got this off of Amazon a while back. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know a whole lot about eyebrow gels and what they're supposed to do, but I guess it's supposed to lift up my lashes and hold them in place. It still feels kind of wet, and I put this on about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Still kind of wet, but I'm trying to let it dry down. So while that's drying down, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes, y'all. I'm not going to talk through this just because I'm just having a slow morning and I just want to, you know, just do something. So we're going to see how it turns out. Turned around and bought it from the auction. Like, is it something like that? I mean, I can get her emotions, but all these years later, I think there has to be some accountability for whatever happened that caused the failure of the business, and acceptance of the reality that if it hadn't been her, it would have been. Mom said, like, that ain't problematic. Like, the same way. So as Shamia is saying, that is true. And if you're not going to tell, I'm going to argue, and I'm not going to argue with you. And that is a classic manipulation tactic. Steady going on, talking in this monotone voice about, Shamia, why are you trying to argue with me? Like, you're trying to make it an argument. To do this, and in the communication has been strained. There hasn't been a lot of communication. She said, and this is a time where I need my friend. The problem is, that's all you care about. All right, guys, so I finished up my eyes. That was really quick. It was just a very quick little eye look. I just really wanted to make sure that I had the yellow being the prominent color. I used my Patrick Taj, you saw, to kind of just color in, I guess you could say, the crease. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of eyeshadow to speak. But anyway, so let's go ahead and just get started with the face, with the base. I do have primer on. I already did my skincare. I do have primer on. I do have on, well, for my skincare, I just used the Danessa Myers Moisture Repair Balm Serum. I'm just about out of this, y'all. Yeah, I use things up. There's a little bit up in the corner here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I'm just going to use all of this up before I break out the new one. So that is what I have on my face as far as a moisturizer. For primer, I have the Danessa Myers Blur and Balm powder on, the translucent shade. I thought I still had it here in front of me, but I can't find it. So yeah, but that's what I have on my face as far as primer. So like I said, I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation. This is the original formula. I'm going to be using my Sephora 50 brush to apply. And yeah, and we're just going to start at the jawline. And you can use, if you want a lighter application, you definitely can use a fluffier brush. Or if you want more of a full coverage look, you can use a more dense brush. Or you could use a powder puff, or even a, yeah, like a powder puff, yeah. I'm doing something in between. I want more of a medium coverage look today. Nothing too full coverage. Like I said, I just want to keep things light. And I just thought today would be a good time to bring out this powder foundation since I have not used it in so long. You know how I like to do is just show you guys one side so you can see what the shade looks like, because we know when it comes to makeup, when it comes to foundations, that shade match is so important. And each brand, you know, the shades just run a little bit different. So this is NW45 from MAC, the original OG formula. So guys, that's pretty much it. Applying the powder foundation is just so easy. I remember maybe what, 4 or 5 years ago, powder foundations were the thing. I mean, I think that's when Fenty came out with their powder foundation, and it just kind of took off, and everybody was about powder foundations. But now you rarely hear anybody talking about powder foundations. Everything is liquid, liquid, liquid. A couple of creams have creeped up into the mix, but still, I feel like liquid foundation still reigns supreme. Then you may have your creams, but the powder foundations are on the bottom, and I just think powder foundations, especially for mature, dry skin, it's a game changer. And especially with this MAC, this is more like a powder to cream type of formula, because once you put this on, it feels like a powder. But as you go throughout your day, it kind of just melts into your skin. It looks better and better every hour. It just looks better and better, and it starts to look more creamy. So that's one reason why I do love this. So now I can use my Sephora 80 brush. Yes, this has a lot of bronzer on it. But this is the Sephora 80 brush. It is a bronzing brush. I love this brush, especially if you want to just dust your bronzer on. But today I want to be a little bit more defined with my bronzer. So I'm going to be using this. This is the Real Techniques 401 brush. And I'm going to use this to apply my bronzer. I'm going to be using the One Size Bronze Trio. This is the dark palette. And I'm going to use this middle shade here just because it's a really, really warm shade. So you can see what that looks like. Just want a warm, just a warm look today. It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna have to turn my fan on just a little bit. I know I listen to my other videos. I'm like, that fan is really loud, y'all. But when I start putting on makeup, I need some air. And I didn't want to turn the AC on. And so what I want to do is just take my powder foundation and just kind of clean this up over here. The thing I like about this 50 brush, it has a point. It comes to a point. So I just use that to be a little bit more precise. So guys, what I'm doing, I am using, this is the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. And what I'm doing, I am going back over the center of my face with this powder because it is extremely, extremely mattifying. And because I was starting to sweat a little bit, my face is a little dewy. I don't know. So just to dry my face down more, that's why I'm using this powder. It's translucent. Even though it is very white, I know you see it, but it quickly absorbs the oil. Well, I'm sorry, not oil, but it quickly absorbs sweat. So that's why I am putting this in these areas, because these are the areas I tend to start to sweat a little bit. All right, guys, so for blush, I am going to be using, again, one size. I'm going to use this orange, pretty red orange blush today. I'm going to be using the center. And I just want just a little bit of color on the cheeks. And I told y'all, for whatever reason, I'm just feeling a very warm look today. All right, so we have the blush on. What I think I want to do is just go ahead and finish up the eyes right quick, and then we'll put on the lip and we'll be done. Shading my lower lash line just a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay, so before we move forward with mascara and everything, I'm going to go ahead and just spray my face down. Still using the Kosas Cloud Set setting spray. So I've been kind of taking a break from my Charlotte Tilbury, and I've been using this Kosas Cloud Set Airy Setting and Smoothing Mist. I've been using this, trying to figure out if I really like it. I do love the Kosas brand. I love their powders. But I'm still on the fence about this setting spray. Yeah, this spray comes out and it goes everywhere. I just felt this on my back. So the claims of this setting spray, y'all know, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out, do I like this? This is a refreshing skincare setting spray mist that hydrates, smooths, and locks in makeup for 12 hours. It's alcohol-free and non-comedogenic, and it's for dry combination skin. So it addresses skin concerns of dryness, pores, and uneven texture. Now, definitely, I will say this is a setting spray for dry skin because how wet it comes out. It is very, very hydrating. So I can definitely feel the attention to my dry skin. I can feel that. As far as the smoothing, I don't know. When I'm out and I look in the mirror, I don't see anything that says, oh, that's a really good setting spray. Like the Charlotte Tilbury, I can see what it's done to my face. As far as melting in hydration, smoothness, it just looks really good. My makeup looks good. Even with the One Size, their setting spray, it's a matte setting spray. You can definitely see how that setting spray mattifies the face. But yeah, this one, it feels good going on. I have used this setting spray on my bare face because I wanted to see if I could feel anything that way. And I will say, wearing this setting spray on my bare face, you can feel your face tightening up. So I guess that's what is that smoothing aspect. But over my makeup, sometimes I don't really see it. And I don't know if that means I need to spray more. I did spray, just like I said, a generous amount just now, and I felt it. My shirt is up a little bit, and I felt it on my back. So, like I said, it sprays everywhere, y'all. Okay, guys, so for mascara today, I'm going to use my Dior Show mascara. This is a mini that I picked up, I think, on one Sephora sale. I used my points to get this because, y'all, I love trying out new mascaras. If y'all saw the last couple of videos, well, the last video I posted, I talked about mascaras. I compared my Gucci mascara to a more affordable mascara from Essence. But today I'm gonna use my Dior. I don't know why, y'all. I prefer high-end mascaras. I know with the mascaras, a lot of people say, oh, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Mascaras, you know, is the one thing as far as a makeup routine that you can spend the least amount of money on. And here I am spending the most because that's just me. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. And I want y'all to see what this mascara does to my lashes. Now, this feels very light, very different from my Gucci mascara. Very different from my Chanel mascara. The one thing I could say about the wand is that the bristles on the wand feel very brush-like. They feel like a hairbrush. That's what it feels like. It feels like a hairbrush. I can definitely see my lashes. They have been lengthened. They are separated. Not a lot of volume. Not a lot of volume at all, but they're really pretty. I'm going to add another coat just to see if we can build this up. But yeah, those, the bristles on here feel just like a hairbrush. I think that this is too large for my bottom lashes because I don't want to get any mascara on my face. But I think it did a pretty good job. I'm not going to do too much on the bottom lashes, but yeah, definitely this feels a little bit different from my Gucci mascara because with the Gucci, it's a lot of product that comes out. You do not have a lot of product with this, but you have very dense bristles, and they definitely coat your lashes really, really well. And they lengthen the lashes. It's like, again, it's like using a hairbrush on your eyelashes. And this mascara was $33. So I definitely see the I definitely see the lengthening aspect of this mascara. I do really, really like it. I love the applicator. Again, y'all know, I don't know why, but applicators that are flimsy and bend, I don't like it. This one is hard. It does not bend at all. So I do like that. And this is something that this one has in common with my Chanel mascara. That applicator wand thing is very sturdy. And this one is too. The Gucci mascara, very flimsy, but the only thing that saves that mascara is that it has a unique wand on it that can curl your lashes, also lengthen your lashes, separate and give you a lot of volume, gives you a lot of that deep black color. So it's a very dramatic mascara. Whereas this one, I think this is just a regular luxury everyday mascara. See, this is where I mess up my looks at. I be wanting to put on a really nice lip and then things get out of hand. I wish I was doing this live. I could ask y'all what kind of lip should I put on, because I'm thinking of putting on an orange lip, but at the same time, y'all, when I can't figure it out, I just put on a nude lip. But then a part of me wants to put on a purple lip, but we're not gonna do that. It's too much color. So let's see. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put on a lip, and the lip I put on today is from MAC. This is the shade Marrakesh, and this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty, I say pretty, orangey, I don't know, an orangey red color, red orange. But I feel like it, but anyway, I feel like it matches the cheeks, since I did use an orangey type of blush. Yeah, so before I almost want to spray my face with this dewy setting spray from e.l.f. because I love this so much. Because I feel like the face is kind of very matte, because we know that Studio Fix powder foundation is a matte foundation. I did use a matte blush. I use a lot of matte products, so we're just going to sweep this across the face. I'm not going to do too much, because this only comes out as a mist, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love the way it makes my face look. But anyway, y'all, I filmed this ending twice because I keep forgetting to hit record. Anyway, I made sure I hit record this time. So yeah, so we have some hair on. We have everything on that we, got our little face together today. I'm not even sure what this video, really the purpose. I just wanted to sit down and do my makeup. I wanted to film it. I knew that I wanted to bring out my MAC Studio Fix powder foundation. I have the shade NW45. This is the shade, y'all, I've been wearing ever since I started wearing makeup back in the 90s. This is the first real foundation. I used, there was Fashion Fair before this, but this is the first foundation I ever used, and it's the same shade. Somebody may say, well, you should try a different shade. I could probably do NC50, but yeah, this is just an OG tried and true. You can never miss with this, and I hate that I don't use it more often. And then the other thing that I really knew that I wanted to do today, I knew that I wanted to do something with the color yellow. I was just feeling that color yellow today. I was just feeling the brightness. Yeah, it's a really nice day today, so I'm like, you know what, let's do something with some color. Let's put some yellow on our eyes. So I brought out my MAC single eyeshadow. This is Memories of Space. And then I set as the base for this with the primary yellow from Color Fix, Danessa Meyer's Color Fix. So I have these two on. And then with the lip, we went in with the Marrakesh, I think it's how you pronounce it, Marrakesh from MAC. This is more of I feel like it's more of a fall color, a fall orange, as opposed to a spring orange. I do have a brighter orange lipstick from Fashion Fair, but I don't know. That one has a kind of, well, I think it has kind of a gloss to it. Y'all, I'm trying to get into glossy, shiny lips, but for some reason, I just can't. I can't get there, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Also, we use powder, matte, blush, and bronzer. Y'all, I hope my bronzer looks okay. But yeah, so we went in with a matte bronzer and matte blush from One Size, and that is a brand that I really do enjoy. I really enjoy their products, or the products that I have. So yeah, so that's about it. We used a different mascara today. We went in with Dior, the Dior Forever 24-hour volumizing mascara. I do like this mascara. I've been really trying to compare my mascaras, because on the surface, it seems like all mascaras are the same, no matter the price point, but there are some differences. I'm learning that, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. But anyway, so that's it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and get my day started. It's beautiful today. It's supposed to be about 82 degrees, so that's what I'm going to go out and get into some of this sunshine with my yellow, bright yellow eyes. All right, guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just, I don't know. It's just me sitting down, putting on my makeup. But I am going to, yeah, move on to the next thing. Let me know if you want me to compare the old Studio Fix powder foundation to the new one. Please let me know. If I get 10 people, that may be a stretch because I don't get that many comments. If I get 5 people, no, let's say I get 8 people. If I get 8 people to say yes, compare the foundations, then I will go out, get it, and I will compare it. But outside of that, y'all, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and come back for the next video. Bye.